Hello everybody, it's Sierra, the Artsy Badger, and I'm back at my desk, so let's do a style swap video. As usual, I took to Google and randomly generated a page number. Our results were 376 for this first page, and we got this fancy lady. She's got a really cool haircut and a sitting pose, which I think this is our first sitting pose, so I'm pretty excited about that. Definitely felt really good going into this. I also decided to use as much of the page as I could. I end up redrawing this pose so many times. I've spoke of this in probably every style swap challenge video. I would say one of the harder parts about this challenge is that you can't see the person's pose underneath their clothes necessarily. I mean, sure, you can tell she's crossing her legs, but I don't really have a great reference point for it because it's covered in her dress. And I even struggled with this with the guys that are just wearing like jackets and pants because they're baggy enough that I can't really see the figure. And then if the following page has tighter clothing, then how am I supposed to know how to make the pose look right, I guess? So that's definitely the hardest part about this challenge, but that's part of the fun of it, right? Is having a challenge. One of the other things I struggled with, besides the pose, about this first picture was her face. Her face was really hard for me to get. I'm not that good at drawing like older looking people. I feel like all of my people look super young. And then if I try to make them look older, they just look super old. So that sort of like middle age to slightly older than middle age range is really hard for me. Pretty much if you're not like 100 years old or 20 years old, I don't know how to draw you. A trick that I used for this one was kind of changing position. So I moved my camera and changed my body position so that I was able to get sort of a new perspective on drawing the face. I was also able to lean in closer and get better details, and I really like the result of it. I think that this final face turned out really well. I think it captures her likeness a lot, but in doing that, I ended up making her head too small for the body, and so I pretty much had to completely redraw the body, which I was already doing a lot anyway because this pose was proving to be more difficult than expected. I don't think that it's perfect in the end, and I am a little sad that I didn't use as much of the page as I wanted to. I did kind of want it to be a lot larger, but I think it's okay. So then it was time for the outfit, so I turned to Google again and generated another number in the 300s, which I thought was interesting. I love his hair, I love his glasses, I love his shoes, I love his romper, I pretty much love everything. I was super excited to get an outfit like this. It was a little hard to translate the outfit onto a sitting body. I had to kind of make up how I thought it would wrinkle and things like that. But overall, I think the random number generator gods were on our team this time, which was super exciting. This is exactly how I wanted this challenge to go. I wanted to be able to have really interesting characters at the end of it, and I think this is the closest I've gotten to what I was expecting from this challenge so far. My other two, I mean, I like the last one that I did. I think it was funny because I got to draw his leg hair and stuff, but this is definitely more what I was going for when I envisioned this challenge. So I decided to put the glasses on top of her head instead of over her eyes because I felt like her expression was such an important part of her character from the original picture. So I just didn't want to cover that up, especially after I worked so hard on it. So I put the glasses on her head. I hope that wasn't too much of a cop-out. And then it came time to use my handy dandy Copic markers to color in this creation. I don't have that much to say about the coloring process. It was very gray. As you know from previous style swap challenges, I sometimes choose to keep the colors from the original drawing and put it into the clothing. So it's kind of a mishmash of the two. But I decided I liked the gray and thought that it would make her red lipstick stand out a lot, and I was excited by that idea, so I decided to keep it gray. Hope you guys don't mind that I kind of keep changing the rules on this challenge. Let me know what you guys like better. On the note of what you guys like better, I don't know if you noticed, but on this style swap challenge, I am doing a voiceover instead of talking with the drawing. I think in the past too, I talked while I was recording and would kind of cut in and out to me talking and then to the music. Let me know what style you guys like better. I just didn't feel like having the pressure of talking about the drawing while I was drawing it. I've been feeling a bit of art block lately and a little discouraged around my art, so I didn't want that kind of pressure. And of course, it ends up being my favorite one, so, you know, that's how it goes, right? I wonder if maybe I should do that as part of this challenge. If I should create 2 people and have them switch outfits. Let me know what you guys think. Also, just let me know if you guys are enjoying this challenge at all. It would be awesome if you joined in also. No pressure, but it'd be cool to see your guys' interpretation of these 2 people also. Here's a final look at the photos and the character that we created, combining them. As I've said many times already, I really like the way this one turned out. I think it was meant to be that these 2 individuals would cross paths and swap outfits. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.